everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. If we'd like to get some subscribers, please feel free to subscribe. And ultimately, it is definitely worth doing. If you are going through a relationship transition, a breakup, or considering one, I do relationship coaching as well as life, business, and entertainment coaching. If there's something I can do to be of assistance, please feel free to go into the About Me section here on YouTube or add to PO Perception on Twitter, and we will create the opportunity for us to work together, make 2021 your best year yet. So some signs that things are going negative in the relationship, or if if a breakup was planned, or it's been coming. These are some signs that you might want to look at. The first is if there's emotional distance in the relationship. If you are having difficulty with communication for several weeks or months in succession, and you try, you maybe set some time aside to have a getaway or date nights, or you go through the counseling process or the coaching process, or you are, talk to other people and you think things are going well, but the other person is just always distant. They're out of reach. They're emotionally not there. They are very tight with their tone, which is the next factor. Tone is such a huge factor. When you're happy in a relationship, you joke around with each other. There's a relaxed nature to the tone of the conversations, to the tone of emails and phone calls and all interactions, and that tone becomes much more tight and businesslike. So the communication is less often, it's less frequent, it's ultimately, very just very clean and cut to the point. Even using less words and phraseology that's shorter and tighter is a sign. There's no shock on the part of the person who is kind of dealing with that sort of situation. Meaning, when I say no shock, what I mean is ultimately the reality of the situation is one party knew that this was a potential to happen or coming in the general direction of happening, and the other party really isn't surprised when the breakup finally happens or talk of the breakup happens. Both parties are kind of like on the same page. Kind of thought this was coming, didn't want to deal with it, didn't want to confront it, didn't want to be the one to start the conversation, but expected to a degree that we would fall out at some point. That expectation becomes extremely likely when the problems have persisted for extended periods of time without resolution. The next is the person is, kind of not heartbroken. So when a relationship ending has been kind of planned to a higher degree, that is, it's been built for a while, the person who makes the decision to separate isn't really heartbroken over the ending. They're very matter of fact, they're very direct. They've kind of planned out how division of assets or bills or responsibilities will be handled. They kind of make sure that the other person is okay in a very tight conversational way, but they've kind of sort of known that, like, hey, this was coming. You should have seen it coming. I warned you, or believed that I did. So I'm not heartbroken because I'm kind of already planning the next phase of my life, and that planning has been going on for weeks or months before the separation point actually happens or the breakup conversation happens. Obviously, if the person has another partner soon after, so that could be as soon as the next day or the next week or the next month. But if there is a relationship that ends and the partner that ended it has another relationship, it may mean two things. It may mean they were open to looking during the breakup aspect of things, or it may mean that they were involved with the person emotionally prior to the breakup happening, or obviously it could mean that there was infidelity in the relationship. But a quick transition into a new romantic partnership is a sign that a breakup was planned reasonably well in advance. The next thing is division of assets and stuff. If there is a plan and a removing of items, or they're having things that would normally be delivered to the house you share delivered somewhere different, or they're taking back things they gave as gifts, or they're not being as generous with giving gifts. And that could be something as simple as picking you up a coffee or some dinner on the way home from work. But if there's less involvement with physical items, it's a sign that a breakup is coming. The last is obviously being quiet, just being avoiding conversation altogether, even if it's about nondescript or not so meaningful things like the news or what music that you both like. When there isn't the boundary of, or the desire to continue a friendship, that can be problematic as well. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful. Till next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment.